Hello there, good afternoon, welcome back to my channel. My name is Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me again in the second part of this three-part series on growing pomegranates here in the UK. Today we're doing a plant unboxing. I have in fact already unboxed the plants, but because it was a bit of a struggle to get it out of this box. It was very well taped down, so there was no damage occurred. And you can see we put fragile over it, and the company name, I don't know if you can see there, probably not, well, it says Jurassic Plants, so this is the company that I've ordered this plant from. So as I say, I've already unboxed it, so I'm going to bring the plants into view, and here it is, and this is pomegranate, and the variety of this is you might read that back to front, so I'll put the name across the screen there. And this variety, it says Punica granatum, which means pomegranate in Latin, and wonderful is the variety. So it's my second pomegranate plant I purchased this year. I've got another one here. Just before I talk about this one and why I bought another, let me just show you something. Yesterday I did a video on it, did a little intro on pomegranates and health benefits and growing them from seed, and I showed you this pomegranate, and I didn't say which country it come from. I don't think I did anyway. This I bought from my local supermarket, and whilst I was busy ordering this online on that day, I went to the supermarket and I was on the fruit aisle and I saw pomegranates, and just glanced over, and to my surprise I see a label on the box that these pomegranates are in, and the origin says Peru and the variety says wonderful. So there you go. This is an actual wonderful pomegranate, and this is the wonderful pomegranate tree or bush. So definitely I snapped this up, and I've already sown some seeds of this, and I will save more seeds from here, as I finish eating it. So there you go. Variety, wonderful, and an actual plant. So why did I buy a second pomegranate plant? Those of you who don't know, a couple of weeks ago I bought this large pomegranate tree. In fact, I think there's two here in the same box. I don't know if you can see, there are two stems, and right down to the soil. They're not attached here at the base. They came like that in the pot. I have repotted this, and I've done a video on this plant. If you scroll through, it's only a couple of weeks ago, a garden centre haul, you'll see the size of the pot it was in. So I got this plant and I was happy, I thought, with it. There were flowers on it. Well, there were flower buds when I bought it, and that was the reason I got it, was there were buds on there, and I thought, that's the first time I bought a pomegranate, because this is not my first, this is my fourth, and that's the fifth, my fourth purchase of pomegranate plants, and this is the first one that actually had flower buds on it. I tell a lie, I did have another one, but that was not from the UK. This had flower buds on, and I was excited, and I did film on the day of purchase. However, I didn't film when the flowers opened. When the flowers opened, I used a little paintbrush. I don't know if it's here somewhere. Here it is. I used this paintbrush to pollinate, the flowers, and I went from each flower using this paintbrush. The weather was lovely, it was nice, beautiful weather, not raining or anything like that, perfect weather. But what happened? All the flowers fell off. So I was really disappointed in that, every single one of them falling off. You know, I thought, you know, I used each flower to pollinate each other. So I went on the internet and had a look through to see if anybody else was growing pomegranates and they had issues with flower drop and how they got over that, you know, how did they solve that problem. Came across a chap in the United States, forget which area of the United States he was from, and it seemed like to be not a very warm place. It looked quite cloudy in the background when he was filming it, and I don't know where it was, but he had 2 pomegranate trees in his garden and growing in the ground, and both quite a big size. One, which variety it was, I can't remember, but the variety, he did say the name, would flower quite a lot, but it would drop all its flowers. The second one, variety, was called Wonderful, and that would flower and fruit. And what he did, he showed the difference between the flowers on the plant that would drop and the variety Wonderful. The one that dropped all its flowers, in fact, was producing male flowers. And I'll put up a picture here of what a male flower, pomegranate flower, looks like. And then the female flower, he described it as having a peanut shape. So if you look, imagine peanuts in the shells, and they're sort of like 2 little blobs joined together at the waist. That is what the pomegranate female flower looked like, and then it would splay out the petals. So the female flower was more prolific on variety Wonderful. On the other variety, it was predominantly male. Now, male flowers will never fruit. You won't get fruit on them at all. Female flowers can sometimes self-pollinate if they don't have a male flower, if they have both organs. So some flowers are hermaphrodites, they've got male and female organs. So the variety Wonderful, though, was quite close to this other variety, and I guess, and I think that's what he was saying, was the male flowers were obviously pollinating the female flowers on variety Wonderful, and that's why he got good crop. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to get another variety, because I suspect this variety, even if it does have female flowers on it, as I say, I don't know what the variety is. I suspect this one is called Provence. The reason I say that, I'll just put the name Provence across there. Provence is a very old variety grown in France. I've had that variety before. My last large pomegranate tree was variety Provence, and it was from a plant nursery here in the UK. Most of the plant nurseries get their pomegranate trees from the Netherlands, and when they're mass produced, they tend to go for the same variety. So pomegranate Provence is supposed to be cold hardy down to -20, and I think that's why it's popular to sell here, because we have, you know, cold winters, and you know, that's what they sell it as. This is a cold hardy variety, so you can grow it here in the UK. So I suspect this, although it doesn't say the variety, I'll just get the label, it has come from the Netherlands. It says there on the plant NL, the Netherlands. It looks very similar to the last plant that I had. So I suspect this is variety Provence, and my previous one didn't in fact flower. This is flowering. Well, it has flowered. I don't think it's going to flower again. I think they only flower late spring. So if this were, you know, to produce more flowers, I suspect they're going to be male ones first. But I'm hoping by next year, if this puts on a bit more growth, so in a couple of weeks I'll repot this, and if this puts on a bit more growth, hopefully next year I will get them flowering at the same time. And if this produces female, fingers crossed, and that has male flowers, I may get some pomegranate. So hopefully that will be the case. I think if you're going to grow pomegranates here in the UK, then I think you need to source 2 different varieties. As I say, you're not always going to get the variety name on there, but if you can order one, you might have to pay a little bit more for a named variety like this one. I mean, a larger specimen of this, there was a much bigger specimen than this going for sale for £79, and that was just for the price of the plants. How much it would cost to deliver is another, is another kettle of fish altogether. So I've opted for the cheaper one, and as I say, I think this is probably at least 3 years old, because I have grown them from seed before, and I know that my 3-year-old plant was about this thick stem wise, and mine didn't even have branches on it, and this has got branches. In fact, this it possibly could be a cutting as well, because I'm looking at the way this is branched already at that stage, and the branches are quite thick. This in fact might be a cutting of an older tree, so even better. So thank you for watching. I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions about growing varieties of pomegranate, or if you're actually growing pomegranate yourself here in the UK and you've had success, please add your comments in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. So thank you for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.